Hey everyone, we are here casting a Valorant game between the Landeritos and the Imposters. We're up here on Haven and we're going to get into the game in about a minute, as you can see.
We're currently just in Agent Select. We're seeing some very classic Haven comps, but right now we're seeing an Omen versus an Astron controller. So that's an interesting aspect that we're going to keep talking about throughout the game because they bring very different things to the table. This is week 3 of the IMs, by the way. We're still in the playoff stage. And yeah, right now we're on Haven. The last 2 maps have been Ascent and Icebox, so the maps have been changing on a weekly rotation. I think we have everyone locked in for Imposters on the defender side, and we have a Jett and Reyna double duelist with a Skye, a Killjoy, and an Astra. So a pretty standard comp, but neither team seems to be running a Sova, which is pretty unusual on Haven, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. What's also interesting that I'd like to point out is that we got a Killjoy on either side, which is going to be always fun to see and see how they use their ultimates and all their abilities on the limited map space.
We're going to hop right into the game. There's also the difference in double Sentinel versus Initiator. I believe that Landeritos aren't going for any Initiators whatsoever, which on a triple site map can be pretty interesting.
For sure. I feel like on a map like Haven, the Sentinels are super important for map control and making sure you don't lose any part of the 3 areas of the map.
But how do you feel about attacking with 2 Sentinels?
I mean, that's obviously the problem with Haven. You know, you're going to have to eventually, whatever's good for you on defense is going to be a hindrance for you on the offense. And so it's a little balance that you have to play with. And, you have to choose what you want and cater it to your players.
For sure. Right.
So we're about to head into the pistol round here. Looks like a little bit of a lean towards the A site early on, but not much we can say about that quite yet.
Yeah, the defensive setup seems pretty standard. We have Killjoy watching over Garage, and then 2 players on A site, Skye and Killjoy just looking at B through the cross, and Jett solo C. Or maybe Killjoy's helping Jett. We're not sure yet. Let's find out. But it looks like it'll be a default with an A hit.
A little bit of push from the attackers into getting a little bit of A map control, but nothing not in standard, really.
Will the bait from long work for the Sewers player to get a kill here? Let's find out.
Sewers player can't really do much on their own because of that Killjoy turret there, but they can always lock down that area of the map if the attackers do choose to come towards them. Still, really, no map control being taken by the attackers here. I guess they're just sussing out what the defense is trying to accomplish.
It's a little bit of a standstill. They're still in spawn. There's been no movement whatsoever.
Yeah, not that much presence on B from the defenders, but maybe they read that well, as up until now there hasn't been much movement there from the attackers either.
Plus, we have the Killjoy turret walking into B, so if anyone tries to get in there...
Oh, a Sheriff on the pistol round trying to shoot down long. It's interesting from Jett. Maybe that presence alone will push the attackers away from the C site. A little bit of movement into the garage. The attackers are heading towards it to see now. Looks like it didn't actually help. Oh, Mathwis drops down and takes down 2 from that. Lush takes a headshot down with that Sheriff. Kimmy gets a headshot with the Ghost, and now there's only 1 left. Fab on the Jett gets a quick Ghost headshot, but nothing after that. Lush takes him down, and the defenders stay alive with 4. A great pistol round from them, and now they move into the second.
That's one good thing about having a Skye in your team. On defense there, both the Jett and the Killjoy got killed off of their teammates' Skye flashes from CT. The other team's going to lack the same amount of flashes because they don't have a Skye. It's just initiation, even on defense, that can be very useful sometimes.
Very true.
And then just turn it. Moving into round 2, we see everyone on the winning team has a full buy.
A great Guardian wallbang headshot from Wausau to Fab VR. But the attackers are not deterred. They still try to take that presence. Meanwhile, Skye uses her abilities to get a lot of information. Maybe sees all 4 there. P3J just ignores the turret. Wow. And Wasp and T3J get the full house, all 5 on them too. That's crazy.
The attackers didn't even have a second to breathe. The slow pace of the first round compared to how fast the last winning team got their ecos on that round really, really shows how different this game can be from round to round.
Yeah, and the force into that second round without getting any kills is really brutal for the attackers. Now as they move to the third round, they're hoping trying to get something as they now have real guns to work with.
Defenders are all bonusing their weapons. Ooh, Lush gets some early chip damage onto Jett.
A little bit of a scrimmage in mid, not much to see there. But then the defenders take down 3 quickly. Check managed to bring back 1 in return, but it's still a 2v4 for the attackers. Ooh, J-Bear gets a nice shot into Lush with a one-way through that Astra smoke in mid. But again, he can't pull it back far enough. It's still a 2v3. Check makes his way with the spike on that Sage towards A long. He might get a timing here as T3J is pushing through the sewers. Well, there's an interesting timing here, but of course, he is by himself with the spike. Even if he manages to get it down, it's going to be a 1v3 for him. Actually, 1v3 for him once he gets that down. Ooh, T3J. Maybe J-Bear doesn't expect him here. He seems to have an inkling. And he does, actually. Now he's back into 2v2 from that 2v4. Quick headshot there. Now, they take the site. Finish wall down. J-Bear gets that Vandal in. Throws a grenade up into heaven. And now it's still that 2v2 post plant.
Ooh, no bomb down yet.
No plant.
Spike planted.
Finally does get down, actually.
Last player standing.
Ooh, Mathis gets a nice shot into Check. Now it's a 1v2. And Wasp takes J-Bear down finally. Gets both kills there, and that's the end of the round. A third now for the defenders.
The defenders just won their bonus round as well, so the attackers' economy must be absolutely shattered. Even if they won this 2v4 as it stood, they would not have enough money for the next round. We see Reyna's running to mid right now to even upgrade her weapon.
Mathis got a Vandal out there in that little scrimmage. And now they're probably taking 2 Vandals into the 4th round that they didn't even have to buy. We'll see here in a moment the economy is. Yeah, look at that. That's great from the defenders. And now the attackers have to take a pistol round with the Marshall, so maybe we'll see something out there. But again, it's not looking too great with only 4 kills coming into the 4th round, 3 of them being last round.
We're going to see our first Jett op now as well. I'm quite excited to see what Lush Eyes can do with that.
Yeah, are we probably going to see that out towards long? No, actually, we're going to see that in mid. There's C-long, but now it's actually mid. That's surprising. Takes an aggressive stance. Ooh, oh, narrowly misses. Wallbank's coming out through mid. We're trying to get a nice headshot. The Terror is unsuccessful. Lush takes a repeat. Does not hit it there, but Kimi on a different side of the map gets the kill onto Dinky Doodle. Still trying to fight for the control there with the AWP. It's very aggressive, but of course with that Jett, they have the movement ability to run around with things that get too dangerous, and Lush does take down the other Jett. Oh, and BBK not expecting Kimi there through mid. Kimi's actually taking a more aggressive push. Oh, and he's not expecting Sage to just walk through that Astra smoke.
That's 1 rifle down as well, yeah, on an eco round for the attackers.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't able to get that much. They were able to get that much on versus pistols in the first round, so you might even consider this a win already.
Are they going to be able to turn it around? Maybe Sage gets plant and orb, and then it's a res, and ooh.
This time we haven't seen any pushes into the sewer area, so the site will be contested. Oh, and trying to get the wall down. Wasp takes down Check. Now it's a 1v4 from J-Bear. Not too much coming into this round, to be honest. And yeah, Wasp takes him down. It's a nice try, though. Gets 1 kill in that round. Can't be too disappointed. I mean, he didn't have much coming into it. Sad the Marshall didn't really have a say, but I mean, that's what you saved for. Now you'll have more guns coming in. We'll see what they can do on their 5th attempt.
Right. We see the same standard setup from the defenders. Well, there's nothing going wrong, really. There's no need to change anything, is there?
Yeah, except, like I said, what I was expecting last time, we will see the AWP down there towards C-Long, locking down the site, hopefully. The defenders, that is. I don't know if the Jett's going to challenge that there, but it seems like a bit of death sentence. Just trying to jiggle it for now. Oh, misses the shot. Badger managed to get out into the open, but not much to be done there as the attackers are all still pretty much split up into their defaults at the beginning of the round. And now they slowly make their way towards mid and A. They seem to want to take a little bit of more space down near that A site, but still quiet. 1 minute 10 left in the round.
The attacking Killjoy's been doing that default turret in A lobby every round, and if you notice, it keeps the A players on site. They have no way they're going to push out and flank into spawn. So I want to see what the defensive team tries to do about that turret default.
Except for the second round, where one of the defenders just pushed straight through that turret, got a double kill. Oh, that was a good round, honestly. But yeah, now we see a couple of attacker players going towards. Now we see might see a skirmish here near the mid doors. 30 seconds left in the round. Oh, Check has an idea, but doesn't manage to get any shots off. Lush now with that operator manages to see. Wow, Dinky runs through Link and actually takes down Mathwiz with a nice headshot. Oh, but the operator now comes into full swing. Large attack. Oh, little whiff. J-Bear takes him down. 10 seconds now just to get the spike down. A 3v3. They do have the site though, so they should be able to get that down. The attacker ult, Killjoy ult comes in. Another quick trade, a 2v2. T3J gets him down. Now it's a 1v1 between Sage and Skye. Killjoy ult does come in.
Oh, she's been detained.
Sage seems to have a clue and might want to look for her, but no, just opts to get another player back in, so it's a 2v1. Will we see Skye go for this one? Flash through Link. A rain of smoke to cut off the angle. Makes a bit of noise, and that's an easy one for BFK. Through the smoke, not even looking in the right place.
But that one round alone, so many ults invested by the attackers just to win their first round.
Yeah, you'll see they only have the Reyna ult left, and Lush here has that Jet ultimate. Doesn't opt to use it. Probably will just use that Vandal that they bought. But it is always there as a backup if they need it. Maybe they'll use it on an eco round if they lose this one.
Still a full buy coming in from the attackers though, so I guess we're gonna see the Jet Knights next round, not this one.
We see the impact of those 4 rounds straight, but defenders can buy everything they would rather want other than it off.
We see Reyna take an aggressive position on long here.
We do. This is why I might have been questioning the fact that neither team chose a Cypher out here. Because now the only way that they know is with Peck putting themselves in harm's way. But J-Bear does manage to take down Lush. Still though, that's a large amount of map control that the defenders managed to take. Even with that loss of life, they've managed to contain the attackers to a smaller area. Oh, a little bit of a whiff there from Wallace. BVK wide swings takes him down. Now it's just a 5v3 for the attackers. But it also gives BVK his ultimate, which he does use. And Dinky takes down T3J. In the meantime, Mathwiz takes 2 down in return. Tag down low for that, and now stuck in the 2v3 as the attackers do take A site.
Killjoy is up. There you go. We see a Killjoy from the defenders. Is this going to be enough to prevent anything?
Missed flash there from Kimmy as he tried to make her way out of heaven.
Is Skye gonna use her heal for her teammate here? That's what I want to know.
Good question.
There you go.
Are they even gonna go for this one? They've put a lot of time down on the table. That's a long Skye flash out there, trying to give Mathwiz some space. Not a lot of time left on that spike. A little bit of a tap. Kimmy takes 2 quick down, and Mathwiz takes the 3rd. That's incredible from Kimmy. Just 2 quick shots in succession, takes down both of the players from sewers. Mathwiz takes down the one in long, and just like that, they managed to take all 3 down in the retake, defuse the spike with just under 5 seconds left.
A 2v3 retake, but with that much patience, was definitely rewarded because they knew exactly where they could isolate the last 3 players to be, especially after that Killjoy ult.
For sure, that Killjoy ult was super impactful to narrowing down where the attackers could be playing their post plans from. We pretty much narrowed it down to only sewers and long after that, which I'm honestly still surprised. Shouldn't have gotten both kills there, but Kimmy, but you know, that's just raw skill.
Get out of my way.
We do see a Jet ult coming out from the attackers. A little bit of a shots exchanged during mid, but not much map control went either way. The defenders do take A control all the way through sewers and long.
It's an interesting buy on the attackers because we have some teammates with sheriffs, but then we have a Jet with knives and we have two with
Like,
rifles.
no, Jetbear with the sheriff and takes it down. Oh, too quick from Wasp. But the Jet knives do eventually take him down back into a 3v3. The attackers do reclaim that A map control.
And a rifle while they're at it.
And a rifle. TTJ hearing a lot up long. Yeah, the rotates are called in. And TTJ does get the first and the second. Kimmy wasn't even necessary from that heaven swing. Spike is down. Now it's just a 1v3 on TTJ. On the Reyna there. TTJ use some of their utility. Narrows down the areas that Dinky could come from, but Dinky doesn't matter. Dinky still takes a straight headshot. Now,
30 seconds left.
Could isolate the fights here. Runs though, makes a bunch of noise. Yeah, and that's that Astra utility. It's so punishing for the attackers.
There's only 19 seconds left for Reyna to retrieve the spike and plant it.
So much utility coming out from the defenders just to slow them down. Really, wow. Yeah. Dinky does a good job to get the first one there, but in the 1v2, so much utility expended just to keep them off. There was really no chance.
It was very disciplined play from the defenders as well, because if there's one thing, it's a Reyna with full HP who can win those clutches, and to be able to like spread the utility like that instead of peeking or like egoing someone even when they have such a great lead is very disciplined play.
I want to point out that DPJ hears everything coming up A-long, calls it to, calls it for the roommate, for the rotate, gets 2 kills himself, shuts down the last player, and gets that one too. If I'm correct, that's all 3 kills in the 3v3. Oh, great catch from Lush to take down Dinky Doodle. Still fighting mid, the attacker's trying to get more room, and Jetbear does it now with the Sheriff. Really nice shots from Sheriffs by the attackers. But Wasp does take him down. Yeah, again, Jetbear with that same exact shot, the Sheriff headshot.
The Deagle Demon's been punishing all these Eagle Peaks, huh?
Really has, but if only they managed to extend that to full round wins. As the score stands, it is 6-1 in favor of the defenders, with 2 ultimates left standing if they choose to use them.
Still could be a 6-6 half. Still could be a 9-3 half. Who knows?
BBK is very low here with just the Sheriff and the spike on him. If they do choose to move towards A, there is no defenders that are on that side currently. Defenders have gambled that, and it seems to be correct, as right now the attackers do make their way up through the mid doors. Spearheaded by Fab and his sniper.
Do you think they're going to go for these guns down mid?
I don't know. TTJ is in a prime position to shut this down.
Seconds left.
Oh, but Fab, wisely again. Straight headshot. They take the site. Guy ult out. Oh, the spike does not manage to get down. Mathwas takes down BBK. Attack filter does come through. Fab the Arc catches Mathwas looking backwards. And now it's just the 1v2. Timmy doesn't need to get out there before the Killjoy ult goes down. Oh, the 1v2 with that operator.
It's going to be a difficult feat, especially when most of their util's been used up on that retake.
Was handed that in the beginning of Kimmy was handed the operator in the beginning of the round as opposed to the Jet, which was interesting to me, I thought. Looking sideways. Jetbear, again, another headshot with the gun that doesn't kill on body shots. Really great job, and that's the Thrifty to secure their second round.
Absolutely nasty round by Jetbear, punishing every single Eagle Peak.
By far and away the biggest impact on his team. 9 kills and 7 deaths. The only pause member on his team coming into the 9th round.
My ult's not ready. Placing sentry.
Right. Now we see Reyna taking more of a B position again, and Astra's alone on A. It's a bit of a switch up. It's just going to be them going down mid, I'm guessing.
Again, the defenders take that fight through mid doors, and again, it's successful. Now the Jet takes that opportunity to take control through mid. Wasp gets another headshot, and Alchemy gets another, and that's just devastating. 2v5, Lush gets one. Wow, and that's the flank through the mid heaven. kind of crazy. That round went so fast just through the collapse of 3 players through mid. So much pressure, the attackers just weren't ready and could not handle it.
Now the question is, are the attackers going to expect the defenders to push through mid for a 3rd or 4th round in a row? Or...
It's those mid door peaks that Kimmy's getting so much pressure through. And now that Operator does come out on Lush again. And taking it down towards A long. That's 3 different positions we've seen the Operator play now.
Omen doesn't seem to have a buy either, which is interesting.
That is true. No ultimates for the attackers to use on this round. It's going to have to be just straight firefights to get them into the site and get that spike down.
Gonna see a bit of Jet v Jet contact down A long, maybe.
Oh, a quick flick from Fat to take down T3J as he puts the Steelers, and a missed flick from Lush rather. Ensures that the attackers keep that 5v4 advantage. Plus, with that information, the attackers know that the defenders were holding 2A early. And that means that one of the other 2 sites only started with 1.
However, we do have to keep in mind it is a Killjoy. Killjoy with her turret and all her util can be more than 1 player if played very well.
Very true. After getting that initial pick, the attacker could slow it down a little bit. Oh my god, they're killing on the repeat. Straight through the wall. Destroys Vicky's head. The attackers make their way to the A site. Oh my god, that was a pretty bad whiff from Math to give Fad DR the headshots. Get into the site. Tech gets another one down, and that secures the site for the attackers.
That's 2 members with very low HP on the attacking team, though, because all that Killjoy util did get some good chip damage.
True. Well, health didn't matter as Lush just destroyed the other Jet on the server. But stage 1 off with only 26 health. Tries to push that down, but it does spot a little bit of Check's noggin there, peeking over the wall. But Check now elects to choose a much safer position. You can see that the attackers, their post-round senses are super strong. Now Wasp gets Check, but Check was loaded to begin with. Now in the 2v2, from that 2v4 to begin with. Lush gets on the spike, all BDK right through the Jet smoke, managed to take him down. Another tap. Wasp gets it down, but there's no time left on that spike to defuse. And J-Bear takes down Wasp in the 1v1, but does come down to the spike. You know, I'm going to be honest. From a defender point of view, yeah, they lost the round, but they took down every single attacker in a game where really their economy is not too shabby. It's easy to buy here. They also get another full buy here, and Check on the other side is going to have to get a little bit of a compromise, going for those light shields instead.
Now, what I am seeing on the attacking team is a Jet with knives not buying their teammate a rifle for full shield, and maybe that makes a difference to their round even. Yeah.
Wasp taking a bit more of an aggressive stance towards A-Long than he has previously. All five attackers just holding for this push. Maybe they got a read of some sort. Oh, but we're not ready for Wasp to stand there. Wasp gets 2, and in the Calamity, Lush takes another. Check finally does take down Wasp, but now that 2v4 for the attackers. Jet is low, but...
We see him running back to CT to get that Sky Heal.
Yeah, exactly, and now all the way back to full. Double peek like they're coming out here. Lush doesn't even need the double peek. He takes down J-Bear all by themselves. Now the 1v4.
Sage did grab Orb to get her ult here. Is she going to use it this round? Ooh, she gets a pick. That is promising.
That is true. Heals back up to full, but has a spike on her back too. And does take down Lush there. Trying to res. And again, from the 1v4 to the 2v2. Oh, but not ready for Mathways all the way to attacker spawn. Now it's on to Dinky Diddle with a second breath of life, trying to finish what his teammate started. 1v2 knows one of the positions, but it's such a hard place to clear. Does have Empress, so it's a little bit more leeway in taking these fights. But hasn't even picked up the spike yet with plenty left to go. I'm not even sure if it's possible at this point.
Chris is also ready on site. Kimi no Nawa right there to prevent Reyna's plant. Now is Reyna going to know
exactly that? Exactly what was coming. Sky Flash already queued up. Yeah, no. Never a chance in the world for Dinky there. That was a bit filthy from Kimmy.
And almost look really promising for the attackers. I often say to all my teammates, Reyna and Sage, two of the most promising agents to win 1v5 and 1v4 clutches, especially with their ability to heal themselves and prevent other angles from shooting them.
Definitely. I mean, that was good thinking there from who was it? From Czech to bring back Dinky, who had their ultimate, and was able to eventually bring it down into a closer fight. But Kimmy locking down the A site once again. Now actually taking a stance towards mid doors. No defenders on the A site as they go into this last round of the first half. Kimmy once again takes that fight to mid doors and wins it. Seeker's out. Kimmy gets another. Kimmy gets a third and a fourth. Lush steals the ace there. But Kimmy, huge impact coming through mid with that ultimate, taking down 4.
That insane spray transfer just to secure the 4K with the sky ult. We saw no one on A side.
Wow. Yeah, look at that. Not even a duelist coming into the second half. 15 kills, 7 deaths, and 10 assists. Huge impact from Kimmy there.
For sure.
I wonder if we'll see Kimmy take the fight in mid doors the other way with how much success he's been having.
As of now, though, it seems that the attacking team is leaning towards a C push, and they're going to encounter the Killjoy and the Reyna from C site and Garage. So let's see what this round ends up being.
I think he's going to need something big here because really his team needs a lot to come back from 3-9. Will that goes get anything? Not off the bat. Sky Flash does come in. Attackers make their way up long. Nothing secretive about it. All the way through. Tiber gets a quick block, or a quick ghost rather kill. And a second one, T3J does get him down with the frenzy. Now it's a 4v3 post plant. You're exactly what you expect from a retake. 4v3 for the defenders as they try and make their way in.
No, Reyna doesn't seem to have any of her flashes. What utility are they going to have going into this retake?
It was a momentary 2v4 as Killjoy made her way up long. BDK gets one, Taji gets a second, and Dinky with the third. 3 different members of the defense taking out all 3 attackers there in the post plant. A perfect retake.
You know, I didn't want to say it, but I think I have to say it. That last half ended 9-3. Do you know about the 9-3 curse, Daniel?
I don't. I'm sorry.
So we've seen a lot of teams come back from 9-3 halves recently in a lot of VCT games, and I don't want to curse the teams, but we might see some of that, especially after how strong the defenders looked on that pistol round.
I know in Counter-Strike they've got something similar, where they say, where there's 15-round halves, 11-4 is the most dangerous lead.
Ooh.
So maybe the defenders can make something of this, as they are now on the more passive side. An incredible flurry of movement coming out from the attackers now. Coming into the A site. T3J gets a quick one. Does manage to him. Dinky gets one onto Wasp, and a second. Wow, a very long spray. Maybe we get one eventually. And that everything happened so quickly there.
So fast. Absolutely no time for either team to even think about what was going on. But we saw a force from both teams. Well, it was a buy from the winning team, but it was a force from the attacking team, and just everything happened quick. It was an A rush, and I don't think they noticed Jet's position up on the double boxes, the double stack by sewers, and that just punished them. Even though the Jet may have taken a little bit of a second on her spray, it just absolutely punished the rest of the attacking team.
The Jet can get to. That's 1 in 5 of the opposing team was the chance. They haven't seen these defenders on that side, so they haven't seen the defenders for too many rounds, so it's a bit of a novelty for them. Much slower round coming out here from the attack. Maybe they're a bit dissuaded after those 2 losses.
It seems to be a normal Sheriff eco round with them looking for
great
picks.
flash from Kimmy. Takes down BDK. Now it's a 5v4, and now they were favored, but now they're not, as Dinky takes one down, is overhealed now, and swings back into a 4v4 even match. The attackers now make a huge push to the A site, as Lush pushes all the way through A. Great forward positioning, 2 huge legal headshots. And now, with this site, the attackers get a 3v2. Kimmy takes more space back where Lush left off. Yep, takes down Dinky. Pepper was not able to clear in time. And Kimmy, wow, 180 after picking up a new weapon, manages to take him down. And that was great. I mean, that's just so much forward thinking out there from Lush, pushing all the way through the A site, confirming it's clear for the team.
Whoever the IGL is for the imposters that made that call for everyone to go A, we saw the defenders on the map just scrambling from B and feeding into Lush's Sheriff
They were
perfectly.
not even considering Lush with such a forward position. EVK trying to get some wacky angles up here on the B site. Let's see if it does anything as the attackers do try and look for a bit of mid presence. EVK takes a shot, falls off, is not able to get anything. Rada Flash is coming through. The attackers all do flood into the B site. No kills yet exchanged as Kimmy pushes through the site, takes down Dinky, and falls back in. Wasp takes Jez, they push through. EVK unable to get any kills as Lush takes them down. Chang does get a shorty kill as Kimmy takes it back, and now it was just Fab DR as Map was pushing him in the corner, takes him down. That's now 1 away from map point for the attackers.
That was a very interesting buy from the defenders. I believe we saw 2 shorties on Sage and Jet there. I wonder what plan they were trying to run with those shotguns.
I don't know, but you could really see how the attackers took advantage of the weak buy there.
For sure.
Really, there was no chance for BK there with that ghost. Or sorry, with that Sheriff coming up against 5 incoming players. That's so tough.
Both teams have a full buy this round. Now let's see how an actual game ends
It's
up.
pretty much make it or break it for the defenders. I mean, if they lose this round, it's going to be a long, long climb with a broken economy. The attackers do take that control as they make their way onto the C side. But Jetbear does take Lush down, and Wasp quickly shades it back. It's now to 4v4 as the attackers do take this A site. Oh, unfortunate. DKJ just looks away. DK takes him down. And now we do see... Whoa, huge wallbang from Dinky there. Just destroys Mathers on the retreat down to Long. We do see Wasp take one down in return. BVK takes down Kimmy in a very long play. And now it's just Wasp in the 1v3. Knows where I think both players are, at least especially the long player. Wasp catches him off guard. This would be the ace in the 1v3. And there it is. The 1v3 ace clutch from Wasp to bring it to map point for the attackers.
The kill on the Reyna and Garage got him his ult, and that's all he needed to just secure that ace and get his team to map point.
I mean, Wasp is sitting there, seeing Kimmy on 21 kills, and says, "No, sir, I need to see myself at top that. So what are we talking about? Duelist not at the top? Come on."
Especially with that ace bumping up his ACS, maybe we see him heading for MVP.
Perhaps we do see TT fligging out. We'll see if it's on the attacker side too. We'll see how it works out.
Out of my way.
We have Lush with the knives already killing the Jet.
A little bit of Jet action on there. Duco B again. Lush jumps over the stage wall, takes down Check, not ready for that. Pushes through again and takes down BBK. It's like we so stereo killjoy is coming down. And the attackers the spawn cutting off the roses as they take the ace site. This is seeming impossible. Lush just looking for the ace there, runs out of knives, and is unable to spread out to Dinky as takes out the gun. Mathwiz takes Stegner now Dinky in the 1v4, unable to do anything as Wasp comes behind him. And that's GG. Well played.
Absolutely no chance on either the attacking side or the defending side for Lanoritos to gain any space.
Yeah, so I want to say that was an incredible performance from Kimmy. The amount of pressure that Kimmy put down, you can see. I mean, not just getting the kills. I mean, of course, there were flashy 3 and 4Ks all throughout that game. But I mean, just locking down mid as a defender was huge. Just shutting down an entire third of the map was enormous.
Overall, I'd say that there was a little bit of a difference in the gunplay in both teams because we see that the top 3 frags are from the imposters, which really makes impact in rounds. But we do have to congratulate Jaber on his first 4 first bloods. That's a pretty good achievement for a killjoy.
Really put in the work to try and put his team on the map. Yeah, so I mean, it's truly a stellar performance from Was and Kimmy there. I mean, just unstoppable on defense and offense, both ways. Not much that could be done there.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate game, but I bet they'd learn from that and move on to the next game. GG go next, I guess.
Yeah, GG go next. That's got to be what they're keeping in mind as they move on. So,
I believe we have another game being played tonight at 8 p.m. I am not sure.
yeah, that is true, I believe. But until then, I think we're going to be heading to an intermission, and we'll see you after that.
Yeah, thank you for dropping by, guys.
pressure of rain till you went away. Drops like a heartbeat. This winding road I memorized because my eyes can't take you with me. Beneath the numbers go, fading from your glasses. All I see in my darkest places. So I said, no, 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 it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed down, no, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed down, no, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.
Wait a minute!
So I said, no, 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 it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed down, no, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed down, no, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.
Wizard, what do you see as you twist the tiles beneath our feet? What do you see?
LAIMs, and our next game is also going to be played on Haven. We have the W Key Warriors playing I Never Miss in Valorant. Two very aggressive play styles apparently from their names, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they never miss. If so, then maybe they'd have a better record.
Their name does say they never miss, but their win record so far in the playoffs, 0-4. Is this going to be the first win we see from that team?
I don't really care who wins, let me tell you. I just want to see a good game.
Well, considering that both of these teams have been doing pretty well so far and giving us good games in the rest of the matches, I'm sure this is going to be a nice matchup. And Haven is also an interesting map because we've never seen either of these teams on it before.
For sure, yeah, that's the great point behind this wonderful system we have here about intramurals.
So last match, we didn't see either team run a Cypher. We have an immediate
Yoru lock. Wow.
Everyone
Okay.
stop for 1 second. We're in Agent Select, and we have Vicious Vishal on Yoru on Haven. Have you ever seen that run in pro play before?
I can't say I have. The insta-lock Yoru is not something I would like to find on my team. Let me say that.
We seem to
Is
have
this a 5 duelist? All right, they're pretty confident. Let's say that.
It does seem like the WK Warriors indeed.
Yeah, they look confident coming into this. I mean, to be a bit serious, they're gonna have a bit of problem holding a map with 3 sites with 5 duelists and no map control agents. But I mean, if they're confident enough in their shooting that they can out aim the I Never Miss team, then maybe duelist is the way to go. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for them.
Well, let's find out if they're going to W key right into their crosshairs or if they're going to W key the attacking team back into their spawn. Now, the attacking team is going for a fairly standard comp. We have 2 duelists, an initiator, a controller, and a sentinel. However, again, we see no Cypher on either side. Obviously not on the 5 duelist side. But we do see a Sova, which I like on Haven. And Brimstone is a bit of an unusual choice in my opinion, but that's just because I'm an Astra main. You can't blame me for that.
No, yeah, Astra has such good map control utility. It's interesting to not see her on a map with, as I said, 3 sites. It would be able to lock down so much of the map is very useful from far away. But I mean, we're not seeing that on either side, and again, definitely not the 5 duelist comp.
Yeah, well, Brimstone's only problem on Haven, as you said, is just the fact that his smokes are such short ranges. And Astra can literally smoke anywhere on the map, wherever she is. And Omen still has a pretty long range, enough that he can be more viable. But we can see how Brimstone's ulti can possibly bring in new factors to the game. Same with his post plant with his Molly.
All right, the 5 duelist comp should get an advantage coming into the pistol round. When it's just pure aim for the most part. Oh wow, Ruiz comes straight in only to get killed by Nair through a wall bait. Still 5v4, 4v4 now on the attacker's side. And yeah, and then 8Ball is destroyed by Omega Fire as well with 2 assists. So now the attackers have 4 almost all on the site as the defenders have to retake with only 3 left. Oh, Ramsey almost blindsided, manages to get out of there with a little dash. But now you see, with, again, those 3 duelists, they have no post-plant utility to try and clear any of these corners. Not like it matters for Vicious. He takes the shorty straight to Karen's face. Omega Fire gets a trade onto Mystic in the meantime, so still a 2v3. Ramsey gets all the way out onto site, crushes Legoshi, smokes on long. Omega Fire doing a big wrap. Oh, Shaxter completely blind. Fire on his wrap gets killed by Ramsey. And somehow they win the 3v4 retake with 2 alive.
Seeing all of them push in, no flank whatsoever, and seeing Brimstone set up in his post plant position, I thought they weren't gonna win that, but
yeah, I mean, Shaxter had whoever was last alive had a really nice ring around the rosy going around the boxes, but wasn't able to turn it into anything at the end of the day. Ruiz coming out there with a shorty, trying to throw one back. We'll see how it works.
for a 5 duelist comp, they're awfully spread out across the entire map. And you know what I would like to see more? It's 2 duelists together making a play down the lane with their util paired up so well. I wish we get to see that throughout the
We do
course of
see
this
2
game.
marshals at the start. Probably, I would guess the other one is down there at C long. Let's both buy. Peeks back into Legoshi. Is dash. Oh, a gut shot onto Ruiz. Takes down 2. And now Vishy, completely blinds Karen through the wall. That's what Yori's good at least.
One enemy remaining.
Wow, Vishy gets a second one with that ghost. His last one left. And Ramsey, I think, wow, yeah, Ramsey just ripped the Marshall straight in the belly. Gets a third that round.
As for beautiful complemented play down a single lane, the attackers push into A did not seem to go out at all.
They were not able to get
They
anything.
did not step past the lobby even once.
That never got going. But again, that's what you expect from a save. Now, Shaxter's out here with the spike and no armor, which is certainly interesting. But we'll see what he's able to do with it on that attacking side.
Defending team is just bonusing as usual, and they're probably going to try and get their hands on as many rifles as possible this round. An aggressive play down mid by Nair.
Nair using his utility to make huge leaps through mid. Oh, he gets the dink off on Karen, but is not able to take him down as Karen does get that kill. And then heals back up. Ramsey gets a headshot and a second while Reese gets 2 out on A. But that leaves Ramsey in the ace attempt, I believe, in the 1v3. Oof. Stabs Ruiz in the back of the head, but unfortunately is now on the completely wrong side of the map. No clue where the spike is planted. He would have to get the ace, but it's looking unlikely.
Keep in mind, though, that this is just the defender's bonus round. That's already 3 rifles down for the attackers on a buy where Brimstone doesn't even have any shield right now. This is very winnable for Jet.
One enemy.
Oh, a little parkour in the air to take down Legoshi, but Shaxter doesn't miss those without the armor.
Well, I guess the Vandal was worth it, huh?
I guess so.
Now, their econ is absolutely in shambles, but we still see 4 rifles posted up.
That's surprising, honestly. I guess they feel good about the force. I guess they feel good about the force, knowing that they killed 4 of the 4 last round for the defenders.
So we have 2 players on half shield, and I'm guessing not a lot of util coming into this round for the attackers.
That's just Ramsey's impact show from last round. He's managed to put the attackers on in a compromised position, even though he lost that round. Shaxter does get the first blood onto Mystic. I think through those mid doors, yep. And off that, the attackers rotate to C. Oh, a little bit of scuff spray from Louise there trying to take down Ramsey, but on the other side of the map. That was traded beforehand. So now we have a 4v3 for the attackers. 8-Ball does get recon bolted. And off showing that utility, the attackers make their way back to B or A. Ruiz gets a kill on 8 HP through mid, which is pretty surprising. And now they're just looking to death ball approach one of these sites. Looks like A it is.
The attackers really sold C with the Brim Smoke and the Silver Drone, but they're going to end up with a spike on A site. And will Yoru and Phoenix be able to take this? Ooh, does he expect the
Heaven positioning. Yeah.
He does. He hears the updraft, I believe.
Oh, that could do it. Yeah, and the headshot with 6 HP overkill. Oh my god, is this a 2v4 retake in the first 1v1 for Shaxter? And it's not able to get it done. Vichy gets his 3rd of the round to win the 2v4 clutch. That's just disrespectful.
The Yoru flash from heaven left Brimstone completely clueless as to where he was moving to and left him with no chance of winning that round.
Maybe the Jet got a bit greedy there, going for such an aggressive play with 6 health, leaving his team in a 2v3. But even then, they should not be giving up 3v2 post plants.
It was good aim from the W Key Warriors. Unfortunately, the other team did miss.
Yeah,
So
just missed. Yeah, guess their name didn't really live up this time. Only a ghost bought up on Shaxter and armor on Ruiz as they try and make something happen here in the 5th round.
we have a Brimstone and a Sova ult on attack. Are they going to use this round to really push it out? We have Jet doing the double updraft on A long, but
not able to
Jet
spot
expects it.
anything. That would have been crazy to see if it was possible. Beachy does run all the way back. Maybe going for a rotate. Maybe they have a tell that so many attackers are posted up in mid. Just uses his ability to try and get through.
We have no defensive players on C. Phoenix is rotating back on right now.
Attackers taking this slowly with their limited utility and weaponry, trying to force everything they can out of the defenders. Maybe capitalize on a mistake like that. That was an opportunity there for the attackers, but unable to get anything done. Mystic gets a late swing, gets a kill, but Karen trades it back. Ramsey gets a kill on that C site. And look at that. That's just the defenders wiping the floor.
Sage and Reyna managed to find a good timing to get entry into Garage, but unfortunately, they were just absolutely stopped by everyone else on C site and Reyna making sure that they couldn't be followed up. But she did get FaZe Karen did get a nice kill with a classic there.
Yeah, and with 1,500 credits invested in that round, even just the one kill is nothing to sneeze at.
Both teams don't have a lot of econ building up, really. Obviously, the team that's winning 4-1 is doing slightly
Vichy
better.
is rocking the shotgun. It looks like no, he trades it out for a sheriff, and then back to the
You know,
shotgun.
Daniel, when you see a Yoru with a shotgun like that and an ult up, we know exactly what's gonna happen. Don't we?
We do, and I look forward to seeing it happen. Oh, Ruiz just wow, pellets back to the head. Lots of ultimates being used around the side. Ruiz does take down Michi. Looks like the shotgun was not successful this time around. And Mystic trades down through mid on Karen. We'll run it back done. Jaxter does manage to kill the Phoenix ult. And that leaves the attackers with a 4-on-3 advantage. And look at that. The Jet has pushed, Ruiz has pushed all the way through A site. So much forward positioning here. Looks like the defenders may have figured it out by now, but the attackers are going to plant so soon. Oh, another. He's on for the ace. Unable to get the kill onto 8ball. I mean, that's just the judge. But still, such a great job. Oh, are they gonna lose another 2v4 post plant? I sure hope not, as they do make a run inside. Phoenix out there with 1 HP, gets the straight headshot on Legoshi, and now it's just Shaxter left in the 1v2 post plant, and Mystic's just sticking it.
We have Brimstone ult,
That's-
but
it's been caught up. 8ball gets 2 kills there with 1 HP. Both of the last 2 kills in the 2v2 post plant retake rather. That is crazy, and that's yet another 2v4 that the defenders win.
And that's a massive ult invested into a round by the attackers for something that had no impact. A Brimstone ult can be very, very useful, not just post plant, but also just emptying out an entire site. But just absolutely wasted when it was called for and predicted by the enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, huge plays from 8ball there. We haven't really been saying his name too much so far, but I mean, those kills there, huge impact. Usually it's been Ramsey and Vichy that we've been talking about a lot, especially on these post plants. Post plant retakes, rather. A little bit of skirmish through mid, and Nair does get his second kill of the game onto Legoshi. And Ramsey gets wallbang on Ruiz. Mystic gets a headshot onto Karen, and Mystic gets another one. That Reyna doing work. As Shaxter does manage to finally trade one, but Mystic gets the triple, kills Shaxter, and defenders make a clean one out of it.
That round was definitely a W key round. Nair, who's usually been jump spotting B main, decided to just go for the ego swing instead. Did not get punished until he went all the way to window.
A battle of the 1-kill warriors, and Nair ends up on top. Legoshi has not been really said too much this game, but to be honest, really none of his team have, other than Ruiz, who's done a bit of work with his shotgun out on A.
Besides, I know people say Sage can be a duelist, but as a Sage on attack, if your duelists aren't getting the entries, there's only so much you can do. This round, though, Sage has outposted.
You can only heal your teammates if they survive their encounters.
Exactly.
Vichy gets a kill, 8ball pushes, or kills, Firearms push through mid. Wow, Shaxter going for a really aggressive swing. Finally closed down. Ruiz gets that kill onto Vichy. But that 1v4 once again. 8ball going for an aggressive play here, trying to get the kill here. Ruiz, I think that was a bit of a BM play, going for the knife.
Against a Bucky? Come on, WQ Warriors.
A bit of a bit of disrespect coming out there. But I mean, when they're winning so much, I mean, Nair with 2 kills brings out the operator with 6,000 credits to spare.
I mean, some questionable econ management considering that his Phoenix is running at 300 credits, but you know what? When I'm winning 7-1, my team economy is the last of my worries.
I mean, when you've got 6,700 in the bank, obviously the first thing that you buy is a sheriff, and it's also the last thing you buy because you don't want anything else. Aggressive move from Ruiz back into mid. Oh, but Ramsey snipes him down in the air with that Guardian. Ruiz is unable to get that kill, even with the ultimate. Koshi brings back Ruiz, only to immediately die, and Ruiz to come down too. Again, Karen finally gets a kill, but then all 3 remaining attackers fall in mid. And Vichy does put that sheriff to work. Looks like it was a decent investment.
Just absolute carnage after carnage down mid, with Duelist Udal coming out one after the other. You have Euro flashes, Reyna flashes, Raze nades, Raze satchels, jet smokes, everything. Just the attackers don't even have a second to breathe before they're getting absolutely shattered by the defending team.
Yeah, Vichy is asking a very good question, which is why spend many credit when few credit do trick?
Just a Deagle Demon, really, after those shots.
Yeah, look at that. Such a shattered buy coming out for the offense. Maybe they can try and post their second, but look how I was looking. Nair gets aggressive out. C-Long doesn't get anything off his ultimate, but still gets a kill. 8Ball gets the Odin spam. Nair gets another straight headshot. Ruiz trades one back, but then again, Nair gets his third. Fall dies to the Molotov. That's rough. Ruiz on C side tries to retake that spike which fell down outside of C, but that 1v3, all the defenders just grouped up, but with not really a clue of where Ruiz is right now. Vichy, oh, of course, needs the better sheriff skin. That's without a doubt.
Oh, that's a swing punish.
Yeah, he gets that kill with the other skin for sure. 8Ball on the behind.
Player standing.
Oh. He heard him. That's a bit of ego. That's a bit of an ego move. Oh, but 8Ball does forget that kill with the
He
Odin.
lost that round after killing his teammate with a molly. I would have definitely been.
I mean, that was so close because, I mean, 8Ball heard him. He was running up behind without a care in the world. Flash in his hand.
Just the 2 best guns in the game fighting each other, the Odin and the Judge.
Of course.
Definitely guns I want to play against in my own rank game.
Yeah, definitely. We've got, it looks like 5 different guns out there for the defense, but when you're winning 9-1, does it really matter?
I don't think so. Last round, Raze was up on C-Long by the second of the round. So.
Yeah.
Odin spam too.
Nair
Oh, no.
just a punishing suppressive fire. Shaxter trying to catch this lurk out by Ramsey. Yeah, Ramsey unable to get unable to connect any of his knives.
And that's Brimstone up for them again. I told you that can be used to empty out an entire site if they did.
Now the attackers do have that rare advantage. They do have the Reyna and Brimstone ultimates as well to use. Oh, Vichy gets his ult out. No,
get any info.
No sheriff, though. Does he really get anything without a sheriff? He does not. Karen wipes the floor, and the attackers have their chance for a round. But they've already lost 2 2v4s, or 2 4v2s, rather. Can they win a 5v3? Can they? Sure. There's the 2v4. There's the 2v4 that the defenders have had so much luck in.
They're all still up, but Reyna's 2 points away from her ultimate.
And it is a Mystic, one of the better performers. Slowly pushing. A crossfire established. It's so tough to push through this. Yeah, Shaxter takes down Mystic. And now Nair trying to run away. Is not able to. Shaxter gets his third of the round. And the attackers actually convincingly win a round.
That was a huge round from Shaxter right there. I believe he had first blood on the Jet, which gave them all of a sight. Karen got the Euro, and then that was good from Shaxter. 3K to really secure that second round for the team.
Yeah, they didn't even invest either of the ultimates that they brought into the round, which means on this round where they know that the defenders are on the ropes in terms of economy, they could break them. And oh wait, I forgot.
What?
12 rounds. This is it.
That is
Sadly,
CS veteran right folks.
I'm just saying that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that all the everything that the attackers have done to claw back this advantage is they're not going to be able to gain any momentum off of it other than motivational support coming into that second half. They do get the first kill this round as they walk their way into the A site, trying lock down the site with some utility. A missed shot from Nair as Ruiz tries to push up with his knives.
Enemy removed.
Lukoshi gets a nice kill on Mishi. One of the few times we've said his name. Oh, Ruiz is unable to get any kills. Defenders with 3 trying to retake the site after Spike is down. Nair gets a kill. The run it back comes through.
Last player standing.
Omega Fire. Huge shot into there to take down the operator. And Karen kills 8ball after he managed to kill Fire. And that's the end of that round. That's the attackers managed to get out of it with 3, which, let me be real, is not very convincing. They're going to need a huge supportive wave on the second half to claw back anything.
That was a well-timed Brimstone onto CT to stop any defensive moment coming in on that retake. The second that ult went down, the players who were already on site were locked on a site, and the Phoenix ult was just completely isolated. And you know what? I don't want to say it, but look at the score, Daniel.
9-3.
The score!
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? 9-3. Vichy does bring out the shorty in the first round.
Ooh, Yor with the shorty. What? Never seen that one before. Ever.
Yeah, definitely not. So, I mean, we'll see what that shorty can do up against a Frenzy Ghost in 3 classics.
This is their half. They're 5 duelists. They drop around on attack. They're not being
Yeah, they only need 4. They really only need 4. Oh, so many. The satchel's just popping. Jackson takes down the spike on Nair. 8ball gets Jackson return Mega Fire. Does get that shock dart onto 8ball. Mystic. Oh, Ramsey gets one, as does Mystic. Get the headshot onto Ruiz, and now it's just 3 for the duelists.
One enemy remaining.
And now just 1 left onto Omega, as Omega Fire is looking the wrong way. Karen coming in through long, trying to win this 1v3 to maybe give his team something to rally behind as in the beginning of the second half.
And now they know exactly where Karen's going to be coming in from. Oh, he sees Yoru.
Let's just look. Oh, so blind, and the shorty makes waves. Yeah.
Absolutely broken gun. 150 credits, but you know, every time you die from it, it also costs you your mental.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's no recovering from a shorty death. Unless he can. Unless he can. You know, the game's not over. As terrible as the scoreline seems, we've all seen better comebacks. We've all hoped to come back from a scoreline like this.
12-0 game is always winnable. Always winnable.
Always winnable. So we might see some shorty on shorty action here in the 14th round. As the attackers looked for a bit of mid presence and a lot of A control. Coming up long, we might see as Nair takes down Karen on long, and now the A site is almost free for the taking. As Nair takes that ult orb, and now Mystic just takes complete control of the site. Nair satchels himself in, nestles himself under heaven, and that's everyone on the site now. So much control taken from the attackers, so much utility expended. But I mean, this is 5 duelists in the post plant. You do not want to come against that.
Both teams are expecting a CT push.
Great shot from Lugoshi to open it up, but 2 straight back from 8ball. Vichy makes the shorty known again as Omega Fire tries to do anything with his Frenzy in the 1v4. A little bit of recon bolt out. Who knows they're hunting for him? And takes down Vichy, but 8ball with his own shorty.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw hope for a second there. It wasn't even a plan for heaven, and every single one of those attackers was out of the
They got a bit greedy, but I mean, I think they still had. I think they still had it either way.
They're really living up to their name.
Yeah, for W key only for sure. And now the attackers do have a better buy this round, and actually, sorry, my bad. It's a bonus for them. It's a better buy for the defenders as they try and make their last stand, try and keep the attackers off of match point. It's only 10 in a row, and Ruiz has got it started off well. Nice shot into 8ball on C long. Lugoshi trying to shoot over his own stage wall through the mid doors, unable to connect anything, makes his presence known. Mystic doing the Macarena with his gun. And there takes all of courtyard control, can look deep into B site, but doesn't see anything yet. Yeah, Lugoshi was not ready for that. Omega Fire does get the kill onto Nair though, and Omega Fire sees a lot in mid, calling for their rotate. And you can see on the mini-map just what that's done to the defense.
You see FaZe Karen's position. It was giving them all the information needed right there. Pushing down into sewers when a team is trying to take mid gives you all the information.
And now, oh, spike down. Mystic had such great positioning, but sadly all his teammates died, unable to get anything done there. Ruiz gets his third of the round. Great fighting there in mid from Ruiz, and you know, this might just be the start to the rally they need.
Just a huge round from him, really. First blood down C-Long with some crisp crosshair placement, combined with getting bomb down mid, and then just secure that last kill.
I mean, Ruiz is really doing numbers for his team. Only one positive, only one double digits, has over double the kills of his next closest teammate. I mean, yeah. And First Troubles has also died every single round. I think that might just be from being rezzed and died, though. I'm not sure how that works.
Possible.
I mean, hey, if you're Legoshi and all 4 of your teammates are dead, who do you bring back?
Ruiz.
Yeah, it's gotta be Ruiz.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. So we see 1 out on the board here. It's 8 balls. We'll see if he uses anything with it, as the attackers do take a look in towards B.
Face Karen taking another aggressive position, watching into A lobby and seeing that no one's really pushed into A at all.
Flash coming in. 8 balls unable to make any forward progress because of that wall. He might know that Ruiz is close. Ruiz is in a tough position here. Oh! Wow, that's so hard from Ruiz. The fact he gets 1 is actually pretty great.
Insane. That was an insane kill.
And now the attackers are all in, almost all of them in storage. Maybe trying to pressure that C site. Jet Smoke comes in. Vichy gets a nice Sheriff headshot. Ramsey gets the Marshall shot. Now it's 2v4 defenders. Luigi has a very quick thing for the kill before Ramsey trades it back. And now it was just Shaxter trying to stave off the attackers from that point, but Mystic makes sure that they get there in the end.
Match point.
12-4. Pretty winnable still, don't you think?
Winnable for sure.
Always winnable.
I mean, Ruiz is tied for top fragging.
Oh, who do we think is gonna get MVP?
And Jet Knives. And Jet Knives.
And the Bucky.
Oh, but the Bucky, but
The Bucky.
I mean, when you're up against 12, when you're gonna probably be facing, well, not probably, but could be facing a Jet with Knives herself.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how the Bucky looks in comparison. Let me be real. But yeah, 3 attacker ultimates. Let's see if they use that to finish out this map.
Feeling sight.
No presence towards B from the attackers. Oh my god, Nair pushes all the way through B! Destroys fire. 8 ball uses... Oh, maybe not. But yeah, now attackers get all of B site rather, and they completely leave it,
One enemy remaining.
only to come back, and Nair gets his third of the round on Legoshi. Both ultimates being popped
Spike planted.
from the attackers, the Yoru and Jet, with Reyna's also coming. Ruiz gets his knives, but this will have to be impeccable to win the round. I mean, this would be something else.
Knives and a Bucky, that's all you need.
That's all I need. And a dream.
And a dream. Oh.
1.
Oh, he gets...
Jet dashes away. Gets a second. Oh, but he's being pushed so hard. Will he get the chance here to make his sense? Oh, lots of shots there. Oh, runs out, and the Bucky unable to come out in time. Ramsey's knives do hit in comparison, and the attackers win. 13-4.
13-4. I Never Miss manages to get only 4 rounds on the board against the W Key Warriors. That was an interesting game to say the least, huh?
A bit of an unimpressive showing, but let's look at this scoreboard for a second. I mean, this is crazy. If you can't see it, this is Ruiz on top with a 364 ACS, followed by all 5 members of W Key Warriors, followed by the rest of Ruiz's teammates. That pretty much speaks for itself. That's exactly how the map looked.
Yeah, Ruiz was having a great game, but unfortunately his team couldn't support him as well as he needed them to. But the W Key Warriors truly lived up to their name. You know, seeing them coming into Haven with a 5 duelist comp, I wasn't that sure. But honestly, like, it was still a fun game to watch. I didn't get a second to breathe.
That was incredibly fun. I loved seeing Nair just use their satchels and just dive right into the site on the execute. That was amazing to see. Yeah, so I mean, great job from the WQ Warriors to get away with the dub, and Ruiz cannot be disappointed with his performance there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 364 ACS compared to the next highest on the server, Ramsey 306, and the next highest on his team, Shaxter 150.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a fun show, but I think that's the last game for tonight, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That was definitely really fun. And we'll catch you next time. I believe we're streaming again on Thursday.
I think that's correct, yeah. All right, so thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, see you next time.